All right, y'all. So we have a lot of bullish stuff that we're going to be covering in this one, and it's going to be huge, man. So it's looking really good, but don't get it twisted. Even though things are starting to move upwards, it might not be the end of the bloodbath. We might see some lower levels still. We might see things go back down for a little bit. This is how the game goes. When you think you know what's going on, when you think one thing is happening, they hit you with a curveball. They hit you with something different. So you just have to be able to have diamond hands, stick it through, and understand how these markets work. Otherwise, you fall for all the traps. So don't get caught falling for the traps. I am going to show you all something. I want you all to see the strength of Toshi and why it became the face of base. Because this is interesting. As you can see, in the last 6 hours, we're up almost 20%. And as you can see, Brett has actually failed. Now, the Brett community is actually losing faith in the project. Reason being, a lot of people have been realizing all the shady history. I made a video on the history. A lot of people didn't even know that information. Brett has a shady history, but on top of that, their influencers just shield things. They said that, oh, Brett will never drop below 150 million again. And now it's sitting below 150 million. So at the point where your influencers or your KOLs are proving that they don't even know what they're talking about, they're just talking, trying to say whatever they need to say to get people over to the project, people are going to lose faith in that. And that's the thing with these KOL run projects. That's the risk. When you start losing faith in the KOL, the project starts to die. When it comes down to Toshi, there's no individual face or person you can start losing faith in for Toshi to die. It's all about the project. And the project is what the project is. This will always be the CEO's pet. This will always be named after, the creator of Bitcoin. This will always be the first name of the Coinbase wallet. This will always be the first meme coin listed on Base. Like this will always have the history that Toshi has that makes it the face of Base. So you cannot change these things. You can't manipulate things. This will always be the project that got listed on Coinbase and then went on a streak above everything on Base and stayed #1 in terms of volume. This will always be the project that has done that and has maintained that and made the reputation doing what it do. That's just what Toshi is. So this is why it's important for you to do your research and get your education, because people will look at the other market cap that Brett had. Like, Brett had a market cap that was pretty impressive. It was cool. Like, look at it. It's going back down. The market's turning around. It's going back down a little bit, seeing a little bit of turbulence, but you can see where the energy and where the faith is. You saw all the whales buying Toshi. You saw it with your own eyes. You saw our volume and how we were eclipsing Brett's volume. You saw all this stuff for yourself. So this is what I'm saying by drown out the noise, because let the Brett community tell it. We're so inferior and all this stuff, yet our project is the one still pushing forward, pushing ahead, coming back and recovering from our lows, while those highs, they're coming down for Brett. So that being said, this is why I say drown out the noise, because the facts will never lie. The facts will not lie. So yeah, that being said, let's move on to the next post here. Check this out. Data reveals retail investors are panic selling as institutions quietly accumulate. I told you all this in one of my videos yesterday. I tried to explain how the game works. This is literally all the game. It's all the show. What they do is they literally trick y'all into selling, then they buy back in lower. If you fall for it, that's you getting tricked out of your position. It's been the same game forever. And once you catch on to how it's played, you can then start moving with them instead of moving against them. Instead of getting tricked out by them, instead of them. Because at the end of the day, these institutions, they're out to get your money. They don't care about you. They don't care about your family. They're not going to hesitate to take your money and put you in a bad position. So you sitting here taking yourself out of the game, taking that loss, losing that money, that's on you. When all you got to do is hold, be diamond hands, and the price is going to go back up. All they're trying to do is shake up the news, use the headlines to get better entries so that they can make more money. That's all this game is about. News impacts headlines. The headlines can allow them to manipulate the market. When they manipulate the market, they can buy back in at a better price. So when they make the price rise, and more people jump in confidence, they're going to make more money when they pull out. That's the game we're playing right now. So don't get shaken out of your position when you hold something valuable. The hard part about this game, the hardest part about this game, is finding something valuable and understanding why it's valuable. You have people who don't understand why certain meme coins are valuable. You got people who don't understand what makes Toshi different from other meme coins. You got people who don't understand so many things, yet they will judge, they'll comment. And it's like, then when it blows up, then when everything that's clearly going to happen happens, everybody's going, oh, how did you know that? It's been, have you not been looking at the same information that I'm looking at? It's like the information is right in front of us, and I'm literally pointing it all out to you. It's like I'm teaching you how the game is being played right before your eyes. I don't see how certain people just cannot see these things. But yeah, so as you can see, that's basically what they're saying as well. Like they basically confirming that their retail investors are getting screwed over as always. This is why the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor, because most times, but this is why we live in an age where we have a chance. Retail has a chance because now, thanks to the internet, you have voices out here who can tell you the game. Now, it's still up to you if you want to believe it or not, because you've been trained. Most people, you've been trained not to believe certain things or look at it as a conspiracy theory or look at it as, oh, that's weird. You're weird. Why would you say something like that? Like, that's another that's certain hurdles that we got to overcome because we're trained to be dumb in our environments growing up a lot of times. So it's a lot of stuff that we got to get rid of to level up and get to become our higher self. Next, as you can see, only 2 winners, Toshi and Dog and Me. Look at this. So throughout this bloodbath, the only things that's going crazy, and I'm in both of these. I'm in both. I'm holding both. Toshi is obviously my biggest bag. I'm in Dog and Me too. I had to buy some Dog and Me on the dip yesterday. I was telling y'all, listen, you have to, one thing that made me buy Dog and Me, I saw that NFL players was reacting to it and stuff like that. I see the narrative spreading. I see how it's spreading. And Dog and Me, imagine when you doing some tough, manly stuff, it's like you feel like you got that dog in you. So I can see that catching on, because anytime somebody do something cool or something they feel is tough and manly, they go, I can rep that. Like, yeah, I'm one of them. We got that dog in us. It's like, and then they're loud. They actually rep that with pride. It's like, that's going to go somewhere because that's a movement that anybody in the world can get behind. There's going to be a point in life where everybody feel like they done did something that means they got that dog in them. So that's a beautiful meme right there. Toshi, the history of Coinbase and how Toshi is basically just the face of Coinbase. It's the face of the biggest exchange in America. And this is great for us because Trump is trying to bring everything crypto to America. Trump is trying to be the king of crypto, which means that if we're holding the face of Coinbase, Coinbase is basically going to become the king of crypto. That would mean Toshi is going to be the king of meme coin crypto, potentially one of the kings of crypto. But yeah, so it's like the storyline, it all makes sense. The stories, it makes sense. It's like certain things just make sense. Certain things are just obvious, you know? Next, more news. Coinbase receives regulatory approval to launch crypto services in the United Kingdom. This is major. Coinbase expanding. Coinbase constantly expanding. Coinbase constantly growing. This is better for us. More and more people to put money into our bags easily. You know, like Coinbase expands, we expand. Like Base expands. Their goal is to onboard, I forgot what they said, like 15 million ETH. Like, I think that's like, what, $1 trillion or something like that. Like, they're trying to onboard a lot. They're trying to bring a lot into this platform and ecosystem. And as they do that, obviously the face is going to profit from that. Like, we're going to see some returns off of them making a lot of the moves that they're making. So that's a beautiful thing. Next, market wipeouts across the board, and many projects on Base are not going to recover without a strong community behind them that's proven itself over time. If you believe we're heading into an alt season, it's time to choose carefully instead of gambling on new shiny things. Study OGs, study distribution, study listing. Don't beat a dead horse. Back a blue cat. Boom. Toshi. I mean, Toshi is when it comes down to memes in this run, I believe Toshi is the safest meme. One of the biggest exchanges in the world, the biggest exchange in America. Literally, Toshi is the face of that. It's like the safest bet is Toshi for this bull run. If you're going the meme route. Now, it can be argued how safe memes are in general, but in terms of if you believe memes are safe, pretty much the safest bet for this run is Toshi. So, yeah, it's like you can keep it simple and go Toshi, or you just got to do some serious research into some other stuff, which I've given you all major plays on those too. I just made a video yesterday where I gave you all 5 plays affiliated with Toshi, or 4 plays affiliated with Toshi, the Avengers. I gave y'all the Toshi Avengers yesterday, man. So yeah, this dump marks the biggest bull run of the history of mankind. 100% market manipulation designed to steal coins cheaply. Falling for this is like falling for a stripper. Check this out. 100% market manipulation designed to steal coins cheaply. It's a simple game. I'm trying to tell you all, that's what it's all about. All this market manipulation, all this dumps and stuff, they just want your spot. They want to make more money, and they know that you're soft, you're uneducated, and they can trick you out of your spot. So that is why they do things to make that happen. You don't fall for it, and they can't really touch you. They can't get your spot. So they trick out everybody else. And honestly, when everybody else gets tricked out, that helps you, because when it blows back up, these people buy back in. That's going to be what's patting your bag while all these people pile back in on top of your position. So honestly, what these market makers do, it really benefits us too if you actually know what you're doing. This is why I say move with them and not against them. You will never win trying to go against them. You're not going to. Learn how to play the game better. Don't sit here and be mad at the game. My man said the stripper only cost me $500. This crypto shit though. Hey, that is crazy. Crypto be hitting. So he said, on a less bearish and shit posting note here, it is truly mind-boggling how hard Base has carried ETH over these last 2 years. Base has been the king. Base is becoming even tougher too. Nobody trades on mainnet because banana ruined launches and gas costs are absurd. Tokens like Brett and Toshi, I don't know about that, but and Toshi, tokens like Toshi turned Base into the Brett got a history. Like, listen, Brett does have a history, and you gotta shout out and salute that history. But at the end of the day, now we have a legitimate face. Everyone knows the face. Everybody understands the story. Everybody's starting to understand the difference between a community-based project and a project with a bunch of people just trying to farm a bunch of unknowing people. It's like people can get more educated now to understand that Brett just wants to farm them. It's a large-scale farm where you got a bunch of influencers all grouping together to slowly get money out of all their followers. It's like, that's what it is. So people are starting to understand that. But hey, you can still get in there, get in position, and try to move with them. Like I'm telling you, move with the market makers. You can go and take a risk, or you can just jump into something like Toshi, where you just hold everybody in the community. Yeah, we all trying to eat, but we all holding. We all got real faith in the project because we understand how big this is and the magnitude of what we're holding. Like, it's faith in the project, not faith in what people are saying. That's the thing. So yeah, Toshi turned Base into the de facto number 2 chain in crypto, bringing in waves of volume. I'm not panicked because I'm confident these will bounce back over time, but ETH maxis owe their lunch money to the blue chain. That is a fact. That is a fact. Then we have the last time a crash like this happened in crypto was 4 years ago, when everybody thought the world was ending because of COVID. I remember watching ETH drop to as low as and look at this. COVID turns out to just be the flu. Notice how they used that to press the button and tank the markets. This is what I'm saying. There's always a valid reason to tank the market. There's always a valid reason. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. There's always going to be a reason to tank the market. There will always be one, every single time. And people fall for it every single time. It was COVID. Now it's tariffs. What's it going to be next? I guarantee it's going to be something next. That's one thing we know for certain. But see, the next time, the thing is, if you're new here now and you're listening to what I'm saying, you're hearing me, in 4 years or whenever the next run is, when the next thing comes, you're going to be like, here it goes. I lived through one of these before, so I know this is coming. And you're gonna be saving money already because you're gonna be waiting for that thing to come, because it always does. And that's when you're gonna buy in next time. That's when you're gonna know. That's gonna be your, I'm just saying, like, this is how you improve in this game. You stick around long enough to, see what's gonna happen before it happens. You know what happened after? A V-shaped recovery. After ETH went to $85, a V-shaped recovery happened with ETH running to nearly $5,000 less than a year later. Other alts went on to pump out multiples as well. This is not the end. It's a bump in the road to glory. But more importantly, it's an opportunity. These are the moments where legends are made. If you lose your bags now, you'll be disappointed with yourself over how things shape out in the next few months, maybe even weeks. Find solid projects and stick to them. Me, I bid the blue cat because I got that dog in me. Success by any means. I've seen this movie before and it ended just fine. I know I'm right. So as you can see, Toshi and dog in me. Like, yo, this is what I'm saying. You gotta have that dog in you, and see how that works so well. This is what I'm saying. This is why this is going to be a beast. This bull run. That's why I got into it, because I could already see how you can just use that in any scenario. Like, you can just use that. It's like, it's beautiful. But yeah, the last thing we're gonna go over right now is, I get it. If you bought Toshi on Coinbase listing, you're probably down and worried, but this is normal. Post-listing dips happen. Look at Pepe. The Toshi community is strong, and strength is what drives the coin to new heights. We're in this together. So keep in mind, you know the game. I've been telling you the game. I've been exposing all the secrets, all the tricks they use, everything that they're doing to get your money and trick you out of your position. If you still manage to fall for it, there's really no excuse at this point in time. Learn. Put the effort into seeing what they're doing, seeing what they're trying to do, and learn how to move with them. That's all we're doing. Like, when you gain some experience and you get used to doing this, the game is very, very easy. It's nothing to panic about, nothing to worry about, as long as you do your research and you make sure you're in the right communities to begin with. But yeah, that being said, hopefully you found this video helpful. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.